So before we start talking about multiplying and dividing these numbers in scientific notation, I want to talk first about what happens in this scenario. So right under where it says multiplying and dividing, I want you to write this number, 0.0052 times 10 to the negative third power. Why did you say whoa? Oh. Okay. What's another reason we could say whoa? Because what'd you say, Bennett? Okay. Is this correct scientific notation?
No,
It's not. So we are going to have to move the decimal how many times? Okay. We need to move the decimal to the right 3 times. How is that going to affect our exponent? Is our exponent going to get smaller or bigger?
no, smaller.
It's going to get smaller. If we move our decimal to the right, we are getting smaller. So we're going to have to subtract 3 from our exponent because we moved it 3 times. So this is actually 5.2 times 10 to the negative 6. How about this one? Is this correctly written in scientific notation? Okay. We would have to move this decimal place 2 to the left. So that means we would have to adjust our exponent to be bigger or smaller? Bigger. So this is really 5.321 times 10 to the 6. It is possible that there's going to be some problems where we get to an answer and they don't look correctly in scientific notation, and we're going to have to fix them. So this is what's going to happen when we multiply and divide numbers that are already in scientific notation. You have 3 steps, 2 for sure, maybe a 3rd. So the first step is you're going to actually multiply and divide the numbers. So like the numbers that are before the times 10 to the whatever power, you're actually going to multiply or divide those. Okay. Then your second step is to use the product or quotient rule, depending if you're multiplying or dividing, to adjust the exponent for 10 to the power. Okay. Now, if it doesn't look like scientific notation, then at that point we would need to adjust. We'll adjust the decimal. If we move it to the left, we're going to add numbers. If we move it to the right, we're going to subtract from our exponent. Okay, that's what we just did. You're okay. All right. So if you don't have a calculator, this might be a good time for you to have one. So I'm going to give you 20 seconds. Send somebody to get you a calculator if you don't have one. Hey, Brady knows something. Did you just tell, what did you say to me?
Excuse.
Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take 2.8 times 1.9. Can you do that for me? Take 2.8 times 1.9. We are taking these numbers right here. 5.32. Okay. Then we're going to take our 10 to the power. So if we have 10 to the power of 7 times 10 to the power of 4, what are we going to do with our exponents? We're going to add them. So this becomes 10 to the power of 11. Hey. There's our answer. Is it in proper scientific notation form? You only think so.
No.
We're good. Is there a number between 1, like from 1 to 9 in front of the decimal? Yes, just one digit, 1 through 9. All right, so let's talk about 26. Tyler, grab it. Okay, so we are going to take 1.3 times 4.7. 6.11. Okay. Then we're going to take 10 to the 9th times 10 to the negative 5th. When we add our exponents, what's 9 plus negative 5?
4.
6.1 what is an appropriate way to write our scientific?
Did you say the right way?
It's the right way.
In math, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the right way. This is the correct scientific notation. Okay. Well, let's look at what happens here. Thank you. I'm glad I could add entertainment to your life. All right. Three 3.4 times 8.5 is 28.9. Interesting. Then we're going to take our 10 to the power. Okay. What is negative 2 plus 6? 4. Corin, is this the right way to do scientific notation? Okay. We need to move our decimal which way? We need to go to the left one time. And if we move it to the left, is our exponent going to get bigger or smaller? Okay. Jada, can you tell me why it's getting bigger? Okay. We're going to the left. Okay. So we're making this, we're squishing it, which means if we undo it, we're adding more zeros at the end. Okay. Since it's a number bigger than 10, right, or bigger than 9, we have to adjust it, which means this is going to get bigger. Okay. So 2.89 times 10 to the 5th is what I would want for your answer. Okay. All right, so how about you try number 28? Brady, what's 9.8 times 7.5? 73.5.
Why are you laughing at me?
You said 73.5.
It's the same thing.
You know that's 73, right? Okay. All right. Times 10 to the what power?
Oh, you're asking me. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so you're saying that negative 24 plus 27 is 3. Okay. Did we get to here?
Yes.
Okay, Bronson, are we done? Okay, what do we do? Okay, and what does that do with this exponent right here? We add 1. Good. Excellent. Okay. All right, well, now let's talk about what happens if we're dividing with scientific notation. Okay. In number 29, we have a division problem. Look, people, it's going to go the same way, where we need to take these numbers right here and actually perform the division. So I need to know what 3.72 divided by 1.2.
3.1.
3.1 exactly. Okay, now we need to take 10 to the 8th divided by 10 to the 5th. And what do we do with our exponents when we divide? So when we take 8 minus 5, we get 3. So we have 3.1 times 10 to the 3rd. Isn't this great? Great. I hear 0 sarcasm. Okay, how about number 30? Let's take 6.4 divided by 4. Okay, then we have 10 to the negative 4th divided by 10 to the 6th. We need to subtract our exponents. You do have a calculator, but just in case, this is negative 4 minus 6. What is that?
Negative 10. Oh, minute. Oh. Stop.
Okay, just stop being obnoxious. Okay, now this still means division. It's just written as a big fraction. Okay, so let's go ahead and take what is 1.2 divided by 5. 0.24. Okay, so we're gonna have to be careful. And then if I take this right here to simplify, we would have negative 5 minus negative 6. Okay, so if we would do our keep change, that would turn into a +1. Okay, now is this a correct scientific notation? No, we need to take this guy 1 to the right, which means we're going to do what with our exponent? Add 1 or subtract 1. We're getting smaller with our number. So we have 2.4 times 10 to the 0. In scientific notation, that is what it would be. But really, it's just 2.4. All right. So it's 2.4 times 10 to the 0.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's just work on this one together. Help me out. What is 2.0 divided by 3.2? Okay. Times 10 to the, we would have 6 minus -7. Keep change, that would turn to 6 plus 7. Okay, and remember you have your calculator, so you could always put it in your calculator. Now, we would have to move this 1 to the right, which means we would have to adjust and get smaller with our exponents. So we have 6.25 times 10 to the 12. Okay, so this is what I'd like of you. Before I tell you what your graded assignment is. Yep. I want you to do these 4 problems. You can do them on a whiteboard. I would keep your notebooks out though. Sure. Ask. Okay. Do these